If you want to participate in the game of witchcraft, you got to have experience. When it comes to witchcraft, sorcery, whatever you want to call it, brujeria, magie, a lot of people think that this is something that they can pick up overnight. And that is far from the truth. See, when we're talking about this practice here, this is something you have to practice. And it's something that you have to practice for years until you get it, until it makes sense. One thing you have to understand is that sorcery and religion are not the same. Sorcery is something you practice. Religion is something that you learn. In the game of sorcery, spell work, this is something that has to improve with time. When you're doing work, what you'll realize is that you will make mistakes in the beginning. And what you will eventually realize is that the more repetition, the better you get at what you're doing. And if you're practicing sorcery, you will begin to figure out where you went wrong. Sorcery is not like religion, where you have your dogma, your creed, and that's it. This is the way you do it, and you cannot question what you've been shown or taught. Sorcery is quite different because you're constantly on the path of self-discovery. Because now, as you're practicing, as you're testing what you're doing, you're finding out what works and what doesn't work. And when you find out what works, you begin to become more knowledgeable. Your knowledge increases. See, a lot of people think that, again, they can pay their way into some house and now they are a high-ranking sorcerer. You don't got the experience. There's a difference between religion and sorcery. Again, sorcery is something that you have to experience. And as you experience, you will gain more experiences. And this will make you sharper at your game. You've went to priest and priestess after priest and priestess. You've done all the nettoyage, you've done all the limpiage, and your situation still hasn't been solved. Why is that? Because a lot of people are not using their common sense or experience. When it comes to solving problems, they have to resort to dogma or what they have learned. Look at it like this. If someone who doesn't know any better learned from someone who was ignorant, they're going to repeat the same mistakes. Hence why we read in the scripture, if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall in a ditch. A sorcerer doesn't go off of what they've been told. If they've been told something, they're going to put it to the test. There's a big difference between a sorcerer and someone who practices religion. Just because you're a priest, it doesn't mean you have the experience to do spell work. You got to have real life experience and common sense. Common sense today is something that's very uncommon. You'll be surprised at how many people who profess their religion, but yet they don't use common sense. There's many people who have a situation in front of their face, but yet they prefer to resort to something abstract. If a person keeps showing up late to work and they keep on getting fired from different jobs for that reason, why not tell them to show up to work on time? If your lover is constantly complaining, why not do the exact opposite of what she's complaining about? These are examples of what I mean, where you got to have experience. See, a lot of you people, you're like robots. Instead of dealing with what's in front of your face, it's almost like you have to resort to what your programming is. And not everything is about a program. You have to be a human being. So, with that said, I hope this message registered to you. I hope that I was able to speak in a manner that you can understand. With that said, thank you guys for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.